All right. Shalom Yahweh Shem Thumb. Shalom Yahweh Shema Allah Thumb by Shem Hashan. All brothers and sisters. All right. This is the ISUPK Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. Started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Right. Somebody give me a second. All right. Another thing too. Also, reminder. I always like to start my class with letting you guys know that we are not affiliated with any other Israelite group. Right. As we teach, as we always say in the ISUPK, right? No, we don't affiliate ourselves with any other Israelite group, any other, we could we 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 stay completely separate from everybody else, right? That's what makes us different, right? As everybody else is trying to join with each other, right, and love the world, right? We keep ourselves completely separate, right? Give me James 4:4. All right, James chapter 4, verse 4. Right? Because it's very important that we make sure that we do what the Most High wants, rather than do what sinners want. Right? We're not here to, you know, we're not here to for your liking, right? We're here for the Most High. We're here to get right, right? Well, what have we been doing this whole time? We've been listening to the pastor, and the pastor's been making us feel good with that music. But yet, what have we learned? Nothing. What have any of you learned in that Christian church? How to sing, how to hit a high note, how to get some hops from jumping up, trying to touch the sky. What have you really learned? All you learned is how to say Jesus Christ, you know, more than 300 times, and at the same time pop lock, right? Jesus Christ. I love you, God. Jesus Christ. Right? That's all you learn how to do. How to dance. You learn how to dance. You learn how to sing. That's all you learn there. You learn how to play the drum, the guitar, the piano. You learn how to, you know, entertain. But you didn't learn about the covenant, about the promises, who we are, the judgment, right? You didn't learn about the statues. You didn't learn about, your identity. You didn't know that your identity was hidden in this book. That's crazy, right? You didn't know. I don't know. You didn't even know that Christ was black before you came in here. You didn't know that Christ was black. You didn't know that. You might have heard about it, but me as a Hispanic, I never heard of Christ being black. And that was because, there was always we were always in conflict between one another. Now that I come in here, I know that my brothers, right? My brothers, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. My brothers ain't, Esau, the so-called white man. It's not my brother. My brother's not the Asian that when we go into their neighborhoods, right, they try to kick us out of. Like that's not my brother. My brother is not the Arab, the East Indian, the African. No, my brother is the so-called Negro, the so-called Native, the so-called, the so-called Mexicans, so-called Salvadorians. Those are my brothers. I didn't know that. I didn't know, we were all one nation. I didn't know that. You know why? Because America has washed us to thinking we are one nation under God, under that flag. Every single time you do that, Pledge of Allegiance, you think that flag, because you pray, because you pledge to that flag, we're all one melting pot. What do they say in the world? We all bleed red, right? We all bleed red. We're all brothers. We're all human, right? What are you? You ask them, what's your nationality? I'm the human race. You know what I mean? Like, what the hell is that?
Right.
What do you mean? What do you mean you're the human race? What are you talking about? Like, like for real? Like, what is he talking about? Give me that real quick.
Okay. This is the book of James, chapter 4, verse 4. Ye adulterers and adulteresses, know ye not that friendship of the world is enmity with the Most High?
Keep going.
Whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world is the enemy of the Most High.
Is the what?
Is the enemy of the Most High.
You don't want to be the enemy of the Most High. Now, do you? You know what the Most High has done? I think you have forgotten. You've forgotten so much that all you do is just cry when you pray. Or you have forgotten so much that all you do is can scream Jesus Christ. Gloria sea Dios. You know how many times I ever heard, you know how many times you will hear that in, it's like your ears will bleed from hearing that so much. Like Gloria sea Dios. Gloria, 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 Gloria. God damn, man. Like, tell me something, teach me, right? Like, teach me something else other than, than how to, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, you're an enemy of the Most High because you love the world. You love Christmas. What's that holiday that's coming up? Freaking, it's like it.
Thanksgiving?
Not Thanksgiving. It's October. Halloween. That's the one. Halloween, right? You like Halloween, man? You are enemy of the Most High, right? You hate the Most High.
That's right.
You don't love the Most High. Why? Because you are not keeping His commandments. That's why. That's how you show love to the Most High, is by obeying Him. But you show that you love the world more than the Most High. So therefore, you are an enemy of the Most High. So don't say and sit there and think that you are showing love to the Most High when you pray for Him. When you pray for the food, when you pray, when you wake up, that's no. Especially if you're praying for, swine. You're praying for pork, shrimp, lobster. You're praying for all these things. You're praying to what? To get this promotion at your slavery. You pray for the wrong things, man. You don't pray for the right things, man. Right? I mean, tell the brothers who left here, man. Ask them how it is to have a friend in the world. Those who left out of here, man, it is horrible, man. It's horrible. The stories that I hear once they leave, the conditions that they're in once they leave. You see what happens when you are an enemy of the Most High? Right? That's why it's very important that you show, and when they leave, they're really not showing any brotherhood, man. Why? Because how's that scripture go? If they ever departed from us, they were not with us.
That's
right. Therefore, really, they're our enemies as well. Why? Because they love the world. If they're an enemy of the Most High, then guess what? They're an enemy of ours too. You my brother, but yet we are not in the same accord. Just like all these other fake Israelite groups, they're our brothers, yes, but yet they still are not with us. Therefore, that makes us our enemy. That's why we get into battles with them, right? Yes, we do love them as a brother. We do have mercy, the same mercy that the Most High has on us. We have the same mercy on them. Yet we still put a difference between us and them. Why? Because we love the Most High.
That's right.
That's why we are not affiliated with any other Israelite group, right? And if that hurts your feelings, then oh well, it should. It should hurt your feelings. It should hurt that we severed ourselves from you, that we separate ourselves from you. We don't want no stinking African, in here. We don't want no child molester in here. We don't want no rapist. We don't want no, pedophile. We don't want no thief in here. And we don't want none of that in here. What we want is, to be one accord. We want to be in that one body. We want to be brotherly to one another. Give me 3 and 4. James 3 and 4.
The book of James, chapter 3 and verse 4. Behold also the ships, which though they be so great and are driven of fierce winds, yet are they turned about with a very small helm, whithersoever the governor listeth.
Keep going.
Even so the tongue is a little member and boasteth great things.
Even so the tongue is a little member. One thing too, right? Also, when you come in here, man, you also gotta make sure when you speak to a brother, like just like how that little shit, right? That what? The wind, right? Just also the ships which though they be so great are driven by fierce wind, yet are they turned about with a very small helm. Right? That helm, the tongue, right? You could drive a brother away by the way you speak to him, man. You could break bonds with a brother by the way you speak to him, man. You could destroy a brother by how you address something to him, man. Give me Luke chapter 6 verse 31. Right? Luke chapter 6 verse 31.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 6 and verse 31. And as ye would that men should do to you, do ye also to them likewise.
Right. If you don't want a brother talking to you, if you don't want a brother talking to you in a disrespectful way, don't talk to that brother in a disrespectful way. If you want a brother treat you right, treat that brother right as well. Right. Do everything in the spirit of brotherhood. In the spirit, the same way, the same way you would address, Yahushua. The same way. It's like the same way you would talk to, Christ. The same way you would talk to, a brother, right? You would talk to a brother, it's like Khan, right? You would talk to a brother that's barely coming in as well, right? The brother's coming in. You gotta have so much patience with that brother, right? The brother's coming in, he's coming out of the world. We all know how we were, right? We didn't all have it up there when we came in here, right? We all needed help. So that brother needs help as well. Make sure you help the brother, right? Don't talk to him, in a rude, disrespectful way. Don't cut him off. Be patient with the brother, right? That's how we have to address one another. That's how we have to, be around one another. And when we are around one another, make sure we keep that too, right? Kan, sir, that politeness, right? So the brothers under us that do see that, make sure that, okay, look, I mean, these brothers have, a level of what's the word, of conduct, morals, like, they have a code, right? Something that's unbreakable. They have that that bond between one another, right? And a brother will see that and he would want to be a part of that, right? I mean, don't nobody want to go into a school that everybody's, talking reckless, being unprofessional, being, basically, not being the way they should be, right? Brother gonna come in there and is gonna be like, okay, you know what? Maybe this is not for me. This is not what I was thinking about. Not only that, but Christ wouldn't want us to be like that either, right? So it's best, and this is Christ speaking too, right? Read that one more time.
The book of Luke, chapter 6 and verse 31. And as ye would that men should do to you, do ye also to them likewise.
All right, do ye also to them likewise, right? Make sure you do the same thing to a brother, right? The same thing that the same way you address another brother in the school, address that brother that's coming in as well, right? Brothers, you want, like, understand this, man. I know we come off of, as what's the word? Off what's that word? Oh man. We come off a little rough, right? But understand this, man. Brothers in here have more, you know, you know, brotherhood than any other than I have ever seen outside of here, man. Understand that, right? Ain't no brother gonna be backbiting, ain't nobody over here gonna be talking behind another brother's back, this and that. Nah, none of that. That does not happen in here, right? That will never happen in here. You know what? In here we will make sure we stick with one another. We have each other's back. We'll have each other's back in here, right? How you gonna have your brother's back when you talking behind him? That's not being brotherly. That just shows that you need to take it to him and him alone. Are you talking to another brother about his issues and shit, right? Um, Drop that. Now let's get into our topic. All right. Now we're gonna talk about promises and the promise con and the covenant. Right. First, give me where should we start? Give me Galatians 3:29. Galatians chapter 3 verse 29.
This is the book of Galatians, chapter 3, and verse 29. And if ye be Christ, then are ye Abraham's seed, and heirs according to the promise.
Con, give me verse 16.
Verse 16. Now to Abraham and his seed were the promises made.
To who?
To Abraham and his seed.
To Abraham and his seed. Keep going.
Were the promises made. He saith not, and to seeds as of many, but as of one, and to thy seed, which is Christ.
Which is who?
Which is Christ.
Right. Now we're going first, let's look at what the promises were, right? Give me Genesis chapter 17, verse 7. Right? Right? Seed, not as in many, but as in one, right? Also, you gotta also want to listen, right? That's another skill that you want to, you want to attain, is your listening skills, right? Especially if you want to cut a Christian, you always want to make sure you cut them. First of all, a Christian will, like, this is a good class, right, to put in your precept book, right, on the promises, the salvation, right, anywhere in there in between those, right, because this will give you a little bit of a reinsurance. Like, it's gonna give you a confidence, is what I'm trying to say. It's gonna give you confidence when you are battling a Christian, right? Especially when you come in here, right? You wanna get those scriptures where when you come in here, you're gonna hear a lot about the Most High did not come for everybody. Boom. Christ did not die for everyone. Boom. Right? And two of those things, right? Christians will take that, and they will take what we just read, right, in Galatians 3:29, and say, well, if we're with Christ, then we are Abraham's seed, meaning we can all be saved, man. Well, we can all be saved, right? But really, that's not the point, right? That it never says that in the scriptures, right? It never says that in the Bible. Give me that real quick.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 17 and verse 20. And as for Ishmael, I have heard thee. Behold, I have blessed him.
It's like it's 17 and verse 7.
The book of Genesis, chapter 17 and verse 7. And I will establish my covenant between me and thee, and thy seed.
And thy what?
And thy seed.
Seed as in what? Slag, can you spell it out?
SEED.
Right, seed. Right, same seed that it was saying in Galatians 3:16. Right, that seed, that one seed. Keep going.
After thee, in their generations.
In their what?
In their generations.
In their generations. Keep going.
For an everlasting covenant.
For an everlasting covenant. Keep going.
To be a God unto thee, and to thy seed after thee.
And to thy seed after thee. Skip down to verse 16. Time to say.
The book of Genesis, chapter 17 and verse 16. And I will bless her, and give thee a son also of her. Yea, I will bless her, and she shall be a mother of nations.
Mother of nations. So like, skip down to verse 19.
Verse 19. And the Most High said, Sarah, thy wife, shall bear thee a son indeed, and thou shalt call his name Isaac.
Right. That seed is what?
Isaac.
Keep going.
And I will establish my covenant with him for an everlasting covenant.
For what?
For an everlasting covenant.
Right. Meaning it will never change. It will never change. Right. Keep going.
And with his seed.
And with
after,
what? And with what?
With his seed.
And with his seed. Keep going.
After him.
Right. That what did it say? The generations, right? After thee and their generations, for an everlasting covenant, right? That's 17 and 7, right? That's where it's going down. That is why we always ask, who is your father? Who is your father? Right? People always wondering why we always ask, what's your nationality? Who's your father? Right? This is one of the reasons why, because it is very important that we, first of all, it is in the law that we're not to marry outside of our nation, right? That is unlawful, right? If you get yourself, if you trying to get yourself, a woman outside of this nation, then guess what? You are gonna fall into their gods. You're gonna love them and hate your own, right? And that's why we always ask. That's one of the reasons why we always ask, "What's your nationality?" Why? Because even coming in here, you cannot be a heathen. This is not for everybody. You have someone to run to ask, for protection, right? The Asians got their protection real quick. Stop Asian hate, man. More power to you, right? But as soon as we say, as soon as we try to scream out Black Lives Matter, they always have to recover it with, or rebuttal it with, all lives matter.
Right.
Blue lives matter. Right? Man, like they're so quick to let you know that your life does not matter. But I'm letting you know right now that your life does matter. Your children's life matter. What does that say? Read that again. The last part.
Okay. And I will establish my covenant with him for an everlasting covenant, and with his seed after him.
And with his seed after him, man. Your seed, your child, guess what? He gets the covenant. But guess what? Keep going.
Verse 20. And as for Ishmael, I have heard thee. Behold, I have blessed him, and will make him fruitful, and will multiply him exceedingly. 12 princes shall he beget, and I will make him a great nation. Verse 21. But my covenant.
But my what?
My covenant.
Man, yeah. All that's good, right? Man, you guys, all these other nations, yeah, they get crumbs, right? They get a crumb. Go ahead.
My covenant
But my covenant, keep going,
will I establish with Isaac,
will I establish with Isaac. Keep going.
which Sarah shall bear unto thee
Fine.
at this set time in the next year.
Right. Give me Deuteronomy 28 and it's like 29 and 13. Right? Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 29, verse 13.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 29, verse 13. That he may establish thee today for a people unto himself.
A people unto himself. Keep going.
And that he may be unto thee a God.
Go ahead.
As he hath said unto thee. And as he hath sworn unto thy fathers. To Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob.
Right. Thy fathers, right? Unto thy fathers, right? That promise, that seed, right? That whole thing is only to who?
To Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob.
Right. And that it will always remain that way. Right? That's who the Bible, that's who this book was written for. For ours. Not for all these other nations. Yeah, they have it in their hand, but yet this book, man, this book is ours. Right? They want to make movies about Christ looking like a a pedophile, looking like a what's that movie called again? Passion of the Christ. They want to make Christ look weak. But Christ really was a black man, man. A black man from the tribe of Judah, out of the seed of Jacob, right? Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, right? But you don't hear that, right? What do you hear? Oh, give me that tambourine. Where's the music in the background? Music in the background over here. The only thing you hear the only thing that you'll hear is the fan, because we live in AZ and it's hot over here. But other than that, man, you don't hear nothing but the truth, man. And that's the truth. Christ, it's like the Most High, it's not here for everybody, man. It's like the Most High is not going to save everybody. And Christ, the Most High did not bring Christ to save everybody, right? The Most High brought Christ to guide his flock, his people, right? Which the promises were given to, right? Now give me Leviticus 20 and 26, right?
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 20, verse 26. And he shall be holy unto me. And ye shall be holy unto me.
Right.
For I, the Lord, am holy. And have severed you from other people.
And have what?
Severed you from other people.
Right. And have severed you from other people. That's what the Most High has done. And he clearly showed it every day, every single time you walk out the door, you will understand this. Right? You alone. Right? You will, like, if you are Black, Hispanic, and Native American, man, you should feel this to the bone. Every single time you apply for a job, it says, nations, right? Other, Mexican or Hispanic, Black, Asian, right? Even before they look at you, they take a deep breath, like a sigh, like, before you walk in for that interview, before anything, before you even try to apply for before you try to rent, when they look at you, everything and anything you try to get, they always gonna look at you different. Even coming over here, right? Even coming to America, they're gonna look at you different. Even walking into a store, even going into an all-white neighborhood, trying to move into an all-white neighborhood, they're gonna look at you different. Why? Because the Most High what? Kabarma? Just give me what it says right there.
And have severed you from other people.
Severed you from other people, right? Most High severed us from all these other nations, man. Why? Because he wants to let you know that we are the Most High's children. Why? Because we're always trying to look to up to these other nations. I mean, didn't you have faith in Biden? What has Biden showed you? Nothing. No change. No nothing. There's it's gonna be the lesser of two evils is not gonna be less evil. He's still gonna be evil. He's still gonna do what the devil's still gonna do what he knows best. Be a devil, deceive you, lie to you, murder you, oppress you, lock your children up in cages, burn them with boiling water, threaten your children. He's gonna keep on doing what he knows best, which is oppress you, man. And the Most High has severed you, man. And I don't know why a Christian would believe or would think to believe that the Most High is gonna save everybody. As far as I see everybody doing fine, man. All these other nations are doing much better than we're doing. But yet, you look at your neighborhood, you look at the conditions, you look at how we suffer different from them. It's like I don't even think they suffer. I mean, they take a plane with and bring so many of those East Indian, what are they, like Arabs, right, over here. They help a nation that we're at war with, but yet you've been at war with them for over 400 years, and it's like we can't even get a break.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's a joke, man. It's a joke, and it's like it's just vain help. Like Lamentations, what is it, 21 and 24 or 22, right? Like it is just vain help. You are just you look up to them and you think that they can save you, but really they can't save you, man. They can't save you. I mean, look at where you were before they declared all men are created equal. Look at what you were, or look at what they called you. Look at what you were. Look at how they treated you, and look at where you're at now. Don't fall for the same trick. It's like you fall for the same trick in the book, man. You fall for the same thing. Oh, well, let's vote. Let's make a change. This, and that, man. What is it? How many years have we been with Joe Biden? It was like 2 years already. A year. About a year, right? Why? What is it? He still got 3 more to go. Watch those 3 years go by, right? I feel like Trump, like, man, he was in there and he did what any devil would, right? Stick with his own people. And now you got this, this other devil in the White House, and you think he's gonna help you? You think he's gonna help you? Why? Because he said you're not black if you don't vote for me. Why? Because you think he's gonna, bring back the Dream Act. Why? Because you think he's gonna help the children, right? The children that are locked up in cages. He's not. Look, this nation is not here for you. They don't give a damn about you. Never will they ever care about you. These nations don't give a damn about you. The Palestinians. It's like, if I'm saying it wrong, right? They don't give a damn about you, right? I seen someone put one of the Palestinians, right, say we rock with you, so we rock with you, this and that. We were with the whole Black Lives Matter. Really, they don't give a damn about you. They can talk. That's all talk, right? All that is talk, and they're not gonna show no action behind that, man. All these other nations, just like the white man, it's like just like the oppressor, he will talk his ass off to make you believe that he is with you, when really he is just there to devour you. He is there to take your land and to take your identity and to give you a new name and a new God. and a new identity, something other than your own. And now you call him pappy. You call him sir. You call him yes sir, no sir, please sir. But yet when you get pulled over by them, they don't call you sir. They call it, oh, most definitely they're gonna call their own brother sir. Brother, sir, please calm down. No, no, no. Boom, they get shot by their own people.
Right.
But you, it's let it be a child, man. A child is just playing. Child, he don't get no mercy from this devil, man. I still like what can I what how help me out, help me, like how do I convince, like man. But look, it's not of me, man. It's not of me, man. You have to look, you have to do your own research, you have to look for it. Yeah, it's like one of those things where it's just like you gotta love your brother enough to to separate yourself from the enemy. Like you just have to love your people enough to say, you know what, I can't be with him when he's killing my own.
That's right.
Like it just doesn't make sense. How can I be with you? How can you say you're gonna help us? How can you, make so many promises to us, right? And think that and make all these broken promises with us, and think that and still murder us, still make laws to put in place, to oppress us, still put treat us, not basically like man, you know what I'm saying? Like it just shows, man. It just shows that the white man, it's like that the oppressor is the damn devil that
That's
the Bible
right.
speaks of, man.
That's right.
And he will never be with you, man. But yet the Most High has severed you, man. The Most High has severed. Read that again from the top, Kabbalah.
And ye shall be holy unto me, for I, the Lord, am holy, and have severed you from other people, that ye should be mine.
That ye should be mine, says the Lord. Most High say you are his, man. So stop voting. Stop sending your children to, to a pedophile's house, right? Stop sending your children to these pedophiles, to all these pedophiles. They, oh, come here, sit on my lap. What are you? Or come here, give me a good roar, a good whatever, right? Whatever you are, right? Oh, come in. Like he's telling you to go into his house, and the parent is waiting by the street. Like, my God, like you have so much. Man, you are so dumb, man. You are so dumb. You really give these pedophiles, so like these pedophiles, so much, basically so much confidence to be around your children, and you lower your guard every time this year,
Wow.
every year this time, around this time, you give them an excuse. All right, you know what? It's trick or treating. It's time to trick or treat. Put your costume. And let's go get candy. And I don't know how, like, and some of you men are like old. Some of you are too old to be playing dress up.
Right.
You too old for that, man. I don't know what you're doing, man. You're like a child, man. You're a child. You need to put those childish things away, man, and grow into a man. Can't you see we're in the break of war? Can't you see that we are like at the near end? But yeah, you want to have fun. It's all about having fun for you, right? But when it comes to bleeding for your brother, man, don't nobody want to do that. But guess what? The men in here, we will do that. We'll do that. We'll take that sacrifice that nobody's willing to take. We'll take that sacrifice, man. We'll leave the world, and the world will hate us. But guess what? We know that the Most High and Christ is with us. We doing this for Christ right here. Just like how Christ died for us, guess what? We will die for Christ as well. And we'll leave that old man behind, man. Give me Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people.
To be a what?
A special people.
Go ahead.
Unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
Keep going.
The Lord did not set his love upon you, nor choose you, because you were more in number than any people.
Right. Keep going.
For ye were the fewest of all people.
Right. We were the youngest nation, man. Keep going.
But because the Lord loved you, and because he would keep the oath which he had sworn unto your fathers, hath the Lord brought you out with a mighty hand, and redeemed you out of the house of bondmen, from the hand of Pharaoh,
right,
king of Egypt.
Because the Lord loved you, and because he would keep the oath which he had what? Sworn unto your fathers, hath the Lord brought you out of the mighty hand, and redeemed you out of the house of bondmen, from the hand of Pharaoh, king of Egypt, right? Which is the same thing that's going to happen over here too as well, right? The Most High is going to save us from this captivity, right? As he has done throughout many captivities, right? Through many of us being sold, from bondmen and bondwomen, right? From so many times that we were in captivity, the Most High has always been there for us, right? But when have we ever been there for the Most High, right? We always forget what the Most High has done for us. But now there's gonna come a time where we're not gonna have to remind each other. We're just gonna know. It's just something that's always gonna be. It's just gonna be there, and we're not gonna have to come into these classes and teach one another about who your father is, who the Most High is. We're not gonna be talking about, you Mexican. No, I might be this, I might be that. Nah, we're gonna know who we are in that day. Keep going. Verse 9.
Verse 9. Know therefore that the Lord thy God, he is God, the faithful God, which keepeth covenant and mercy.
That keepeth what?
Covenant and mercy.
Keep going.
With them that love him, and keep his commandments, to 1,000 generations.
To a what?
1,000 generations.
To 1,000 generations, man. Right? But those generations are not scattered between the heathen. No. It's said for who? In the beginning, right? It was always talking about Israel, right? This is all talking about Israel, right? That's all it's always been talking about, man. And Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, right? About us. It's not talking about any other nation, man. Right? And it's always going to be like that, right? The oath, right? He keepeth his covenant and mercy with them that love him, right? With them that love him. How do you show love to the Most High? You keep his commandments, right? You keep his commandments. That's how you show love to the Most High. But you know what the problem is? There ain't no love. Ain't no love in the world. There's no love in the world. There's no love in that Christian church. There's no love outside of these doors, man. Right? You know what they make you believe love is? A feeling. A feeling. right? But never in action. No, never that, right? A feeling is, I just feel it. Every single time I pray, I feel like He talks to me. So you just feel it. You just emotional. That's all you are. You're emotional. You're just talking to yourself. That's all you really do. You're not talking to the Most High. The Most High doesn't talk to no sinners. But He does talk to those that do repent, that do change their lives. Show action, man. Action. Work. Work. Faith without work is dead, man. And guess what? Christian church does not have much work. They don't have much faith. Why? Because they don't require you to change. You know what they require you? Dip yourself in water. That's what they require. That's all. Just come over here. Let me, wash away your filthiness, and come back next week. All right, so we can do it again. Let's just, let's have this ritual every Sunday, right? Every Sunday, every once a month, every now and then, when you feel like your conscience is building up on you, and you feel like the Most High isn't with you. Let me, the pastor, who is a wicked sinner as well, free you from that, relieve you from that, that guilty conscience. That's what you get out of there. But you don't get that, that clear, that sober mind, that, you don't get that, your mind is just constantly cloudy because of everything that you're doing, that you're going through. You don't get that, how do I say it? You don't get that reassurance, that confident. You don't get that. In here, understand this, man. In here, what you do gotta do is you gotta work every day. Fight, endure. He that what? Endure to the end shall be what? Go ahead.
Shall be saved.
Shall be saved. And guess what? The Day of Atonement is coming, man. And you get a perfect class from that. Right? What is that? Wait, who's teaching that? Are you going to teach that tomorrow? Come on. Make sure you tune into these classes, man. Tomorrow, Wednesday, right? We're going to have Parak teach that class, man. Understand this, man. He that endures to the end shall be saved, man. But guess what? You're not going to be saved if you're constantly going to door, or dressing up your children in a silly ass costume. Superman's white. Your child is a Mexican, or a black, or a native. And you dressing them up like the oppressor. Like a police, and the same one that's murdering your people, a firefighter or whatever, right? Freddie. I mean, come on, Freddie. Freddie. You know what Freddie is? Freddie was a pedophile. He's a pedophile, and that's who you're gonna dress your child as, or that's what you're gonna dress up as. The spirit, man. The spirit of Halloween, man. It's just wicked, man. And that's what you love. You love the world. That's why you're an enemy of the Most High. That's why you're an enemy of the Most High. Why? Because you love wickedness. You love pedophilia. You love homosexuality. And you love being a thief, a liar, a drunk, a drug addict. You love being all those things, man. That's why you love the world. That's why you're part of the world. That's why don't nobody want to change for the Most High. When we tell you what the right thing to do, no, not that, right? Oh, he knows me in my heart. He knows what I go through. Right? Nobody gives a damn what you go through.
Right.
Endure. Fight yourself, man. Why don't you do something for a change, man? Why don't you fight that flesh, man? Fight. I mean, come on, man. man, it's like not only it's like a Christianity has watered down the spirit of Israel, man. It made us look so weak to where it's like I just have to have it. You have to have it. It's just salakia for my language, but it's just pussy. Relax. You ain't gotta have it. If you want that, you want what it comes after with it. You want death, right? That's what you want. You want death? I be patient, man. That's all you got to do is just be patient, relax, stop being so like so hot headed. Like man, stop being so weak. Relax. What's the deal? Focus, man. Focus. Come into these classes and learn a little bit of discipline, man. That's what you need to gain, man. Some discipline and some morals. Understand that if what you about to do in that bed or what you're about to do again, whether against the Most High, is gonna put a stain on your name, man. I don't know about you, but every man has built like has built a record. I don't know, but when you go to school, it's the same thing. You built a reputation, and if you die, everybody's gonna know what you did and why when you died. Not because you wanted to be a drug addict and you overdosed. Everybody's gonna know you. Oh, he just overdosed. Oh, so he was just a crackhead. Nobody gonna know you as a father. Nobody gonna know you as a husband, as a brother, as a sister, as a mother. They're all gonna know you as a what? As a crackhead. As as a basically as a dog, as a heathen, because that's what heathens do. If you Israel, you are holy unto the Most High, man. You are pure, and you're supposed to be separate from all these other nations, man. Don't let nobody take that from you, man. This covenant was given to you, man. And man, destruction unto them who say otherwise, man. The Most High said what in the book of Revelations, right? Any man that take away or add unto this book, shall I take thee from away from the book of life. Paraphrasing, right? And the white man, so like, and the oppressor has done that, and your Christian pastor has just followed up with it. Separate yourselves, man. Understand that if you want to learn the truth, come to these classes, man. That's all I can say. I can't force you to come in here. I can't force nobody to, listen for 2 hours, right? But you know what I can do? I could just keep on speaking. I could just come out to these streets and, raise up my voice like a trumpet, praying and hoping that you will come and be saved from the plague that's going to come to America when Christ returns, man. You don't want to be there in that day, in Judgment Day. We've all heard about it and we all thought about it. Now it's let that sit in. Let your conscience feel that for a minute. Let your conscience feel that for a minute and let you know what? I gotta change quick. Because why? Because Christ might be coming tonight. Like a thief in the night, you don't know when he's coming. Like in the days of Noah, right? Everybody's gonna be, happy. Everybody's gonna be doing their own little thing, right? But when that flood comes, man, doors are gonna be closed. Doors are gonna be closed. Everybody's gonna be what? We gonna be good in here. Why? Because the Most High will have mercy on us, on those who loved him. Those who loved him, the Most High will have mercy on them. Right? With that, I pass the class over to Priest Officer Parak. It's over there, I believe. If not, there's one in the back by the grill. There should be one in the back by the grill.
These are ISUPK security announcements. We're at ISUPK, start out at 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. These are the rules for new brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes to the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They're here to share themselves with the world, and if they need transportation, that brother or sister will arrange. Salaki, the teacher will arrange. Salaki. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to that brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which that brother and sister will court each other, and after that 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithe, which is a commandment. Numbers 18 and 21, and Malachi chapter 3, verses 8 through 10. The word tithes means tenth in the Hebrew, ma'ashra. 10% of every penny of any increase the Most High gives you, give it to the Treasury Department or to the teacher. Priest funds, which are free will offerings for the priest, they're not mandatory, but they're whatsoever amount that you would like. Upcoming holy convocations tomorrow evening, tomorrow night at sundown, Wednesday at sundown. Day of Atonement. All right, we'll be gathering here together. We'll have a Sabbath service tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Of course, that is a day where we, as a nation, right, we're gonna every able-bodied man and woman is going to fast, meaning no food or drink.
Right.
That means able-bodied, so no children have to partake in the fast. No nursing mothers have to partake in the fast. None of the elderly have to partake in the fast. If you have to take medicine that requires you to drink water or for you to eat, you do not have to partake in the fast either. All right. But anybody else, if you able-bodied, if you know you can participate in this fast, you are required to do so by the Most High. That begins tomorrow at sundown. We'll have a holy convocation here tomorrow. All right. Also, if you come into the physical school location, make sure you GPS the school's location. Put it in your GPS, even if you know how to get here. Also, if you've not already, if you've not already, give the school a review on Google. So type in ISUPK Arizona on Google.com and leave us a review. Also, if anybody wants to be a trooper in the school, make sure you start wearing all black: boots, shirts, pants, headband, and scarf. And with that, we'll get a teacher a courtesy salute. So, men of Israel, Imagine means to stand. Imagine Shabbat. Imagine Barak. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shabbat.
Yahweh Shem Yahweh.
Yahweh Matah. Class is me.